And just about to get underway as the starting fives have been announced. Sit tight. We'll be back in just a moment. The right to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all 2K Sports. Moments away, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Los Angeles Lakers here in Staples Center. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony, and again we'll have David Aldridge filling us in from the sideline. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Philadelphia 76ers. On Friday, they're off to Charlotte to face off with the Hornets. And then on Sunday, they'll go up against the Magic in Orlando. And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, small ball has become the trend in the NBA, but it might be more accurate to call it average ball. With defensive switching twice as common as it was 5 years ago, the demand is rising for players of average NBA height, and that's around 6'7". Kevin, that's affected not just the big men, but the vertically challenged guys as well.
Point forwards and big guards in demand. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Well, Clark, there's nothing like opening night. Preseason in the rearview mirror. Now the games count for real. Terrific.
Yeah, exciting for everybody because hope springs eternal for all teams in the league after you get beyond. And the games do count. They start calculating and documenting WL.
Look at the 76ers starting group. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. Los Angeles, Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. And it's Rondo and a point guard. Tip-off goes to the Lakers. James looking it over. Goes up the baseline. They get it back, and Davis puts it in.
Just gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways. And that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket. And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Here are the Lakers. Outside Rondo. Over Simmons. Rondo
proven to be capable at sinking. Be respect.
Oh, here's Simmons. Richardson outside. Shot from 12. It's all rebound. And the 76ers with possession. Lets the 3 fly. 2. Kuzma penetrating. Simmons offensive effort.
And not allowing the shooter breathing room on that.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
It's Davis on the wing. Back to Green.
The defense got lucky there with him missing it, but they don't want to chance that again.
Harris finds Richardson. Pass to Simmons. Trying to get open. The 76ers again can't hit it. James, the pass. Now here's Kuzma. Takes it from 10. They pick up 2.
Downing distance of the back. You can count on that.
And the 70s first time out here.
And the Lakers to surround LeBron James with playmakers, not shooters. And many criticize that move.
And, you know, guys, you look at it, LeBron is at his very best with the ball in his hands, which means he needs room to attack the lane. It's clear that a course correction was needed.
About 20 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists.
It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
You know, it's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got to be appreciative of the kind of impact the man has in every game he plays.
Here's Richardson. Back to Simmons. Over Rondo. Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
Boy, he's a real bully inside. I mean, you forget sometimes that Simmons is 6'9", 6'10", with nice touch. It's a nice combination near the basket.
Here's Green. Back to LeBron. Outside Rondo. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. Here's Simmons. Richardson up top. No one near him. It's not going to go for him. And the Lakers going the other way now. And here we go. Fast break. Kuzma's got it. Outside Rondo. Davis at the elbow. LeBron is doubled. Outside for Rondo. From deep. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
You know, that's a trademark of his defense. Quick to react, close down the shooter, and then affect the shot.
Harris passes to Horford. Over Rondo. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. And again, the Lakers no good. And now the 76ers on the break. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Yeah, that pull-up jumper by Harris shows his ability to create offense for himself, and that's what all great scorers can do.
Here's James. Drains the 19-footer. LeBron's got his second bucket of the night.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Possession. Pass to Rondo. Pass to Davis. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
On the trade for Anthony Davis, a risk for the Lakers, but they feel, Greg, that both sides will find an extension this offseason.
There is mutual interest from both sides. Lakers made the trade confident Davis would resign. A bit of a leap of faith, but the Lakers did everything they could to secure Davis long term. And so much for the Sixers is predicated on Joel Embiid's health. Do they need to restrict his minutes in the regular season to keep him ready for that playoff run?
Well, you know, we've had all of this conversation about load management and managing the minutes of your key players, and Embiid, with his injury history, would certainly be a candidate for that. But we also saw what the Raptors did last season with Kawhi Leonard, so maybe the Sixers take a page out of the Raptors book in that regard.
Here's Rondo, following the score by Josh Richardson. Green kicks to LeBron. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Still playing at an MVP level, LeBron James, the greatest player of his generation, and some would argue of all time. We can't take for granted what we've been able to witness.
That free throw, no good. And now in his mid-30s, LeBron showing no sign of slowing down.
Man, his dedication to training and really maintaining his body, second to none. Alongside his prodigious athleticism, it seems that's made a huge difference.
And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both.
You talk about LeBron James, he does it all. Defends, scores, rebounds, passes, high IQ, unselfish, a leader off the court as well as on.
Now here's Richardson. Back to Harris. Over Rondo. Anthony Davis grabs the miss.
You know, he looks a little off kilter to me this quarter, still trying to find his rhythm.
Richardson against Green. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Poked loose, and the Lakers have possession. It's LeBron.
Talk about bringing the heat, the thunder, and the lightning on that pound. Nothing out of the ordinary there for LeBron. I mean, insane athleticism.
Now, here's Richardson. Outside, Simmons. Just 5 to shoot. Over Rondo. Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
You know, guys, it's no secret. This is a part of his game that's still developing, shooting. Nice to see Simmons with confidence from the mid-range.
Here's Rondo. Outside, Davis. Back to Rondo. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Rondo's got his second bucket tonight.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now here's Simmons. And Davis sends it back.
Well, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Caldwell Pope comes in for Green, and Cook subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Then for the 76ers, Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Embiid. Jonah Bolden comes in for Al Horford. And it's Zaire Smith in for Richardson.
Well, I'm not sure how that one found the bottom of the net, but hey, you take it when it comes.
Pass to LeBron. And they double up James. Here is Cook, covered by Smith. Let's go. And it's Cook missing.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And the pass to James. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
Boy, that's a look he has to finish, and he knows it. Blown opportunity.
Harris passes to Simmons. Smith inside. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. And now LeBron pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And the dunk by James.
Well, you can't take the length of Caldwell Pope lightly. He's excellent at using it to come up with steals.
Smith against Caldwell Pope. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Caldwell Pope. Troy Daniels, he's checked in for James. Now here's Simmons. Defense right on him. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Well, I tell you what, the combination of speed, mobility, and strength that Simmons has is special in a 6'9" frame. He's terrific at using all of that to bully defenses.
No good on that one.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can at times be unstoppable.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
Now, here is Smith. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And the shot goes down.
Really tough to defend Tobias Harris any better than that. I mean, he's just got a special knack for making tough shots.
Here is Cook. They lead by 1. Daniels from outside. Rebound by Smith. 1:56 left in the first quarter of the game. Harris inside the line. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
No wasted motion with Harris. He's so smooth and polished as a scorer. He gets those catch-and-shoot jumpers off nicely.
Pass to Daniel. Back to Cook. Caldwell Pope outside. It's the long range.
Very effective in the floor. Contavious Caldwell Pope has gone from an average outside shooter to a dangerous one.
Passes to Bolden. On the wing, Harris. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Down to 5 on the shot clock. For 3, Smith drills it from outside. And the 76ers lead by 1.
And, you know, even though he's not a lights-out shooter from deep, the defense still has to be more aggressive there.
And the basket is good.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
On the wing, Harris. And he banks in the layup. Harris has got 8 points.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Here is Cook. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Caldwell Pope outside. They'll get another chance. And Davis get it to go. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Simmons. Ball's knocked loose. Cook looking. There's the dish to Davis. Got it. Good job in the low post. He has 7. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Lakers lead by 1. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. The game is evolving, and Al Horford has changed his game along with it.
It never occurred to me that I'd be shooting threes at this rate and doing some of the things that I'm doing, but it's just the way that the game has evolved.
And give Horford credit. He adjusted with the times. He didn't stay set, Greg, in his ways.
Yeah, he was always a great mid-range shooter, and he's proven to be a legitimate threat from deep.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at the 76ers, Simmons and Smith are your 1 and your 2. Scott is out there with Harris, and it's Bolden in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Avery Bradley, he's checked in for the Lakers. Cook dishes to Daniels. Count that one. Daniels has got his second bucket. 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone.
And, you know, quite a bit of turnover for the Lakers in recent years, guys, from the front office to the coaching staff. I think it's always important for an organization to have a common voice to speak in stereo and have everybody in proper alignment from the top down to the court.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
To the paint, here's Cousins, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Cousins has got his first points of the game. And as the Lakers have looked to fill positions, Clark, a real affinity for candidates with the Lakers' history.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. They view it as a family, but here recently, they've expanded their options and have looked outside of this Laker pedigree in terms of filling some key spots, which is part of what you have to do if you're going to move forward and be successful.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here is Cook, guarded by Simmons. Shot clock at 6. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
Another thing they've been doing so far tonight is knocking down the jump shot.
That's good from Cook. Clark, you were such a terrific athlete growing up, and it must be fun for you watching your kids and soon your grandkids go through their athletic journeys.
It really is one of the great blessings and treats of my life to see our kids grow and develop as people, but also to enjoy different sports. Our boys played basketball and soccer, and our daughter played volleyball, all played in college at some level. And so it is great. Anytime you see your kids find their lane, enjoy running in it, and do well in that lane, it's joy indescribable.
And here's Bradley from 3. That one's rebounded by Embiid. And Simmons has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. Pass to Richardson. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Embiid kicks to Simmons. Second chance shot. McGee with the block.
Yeah, if you had to pick the top priority for McGee, I think that's it. Contest shots, block shots, get in the air, use that length to deny shots at the rim.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Embiid, the pass to Richardson. McGee with the block. Kuzma penetrating.
You know what? At 6'9", Kuzma is a terrific athlete, and he's very good at using that size and athleticism to knife through the defense.
Simmons dishes to Richardson. The pass to Harris. Shoots over Bradley. Misses off the right iron.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
And the call will be against Harris. That's his first foul. And Los Angeles with some changes. James comes in for Troy Daniels. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Quinn Cook. Al Horford is checked in for the 76ers. McGee finds James. Embiid with the steal. Rondo against Harris. Pass to Simmons. Back to Harris. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 5 assists tonight.
Guys, the passing ability and IQ of Ben Simmons, both amazing.
Rondo against Simmons. Passes it to McGee. He kicks it to LeBron. 5 on the clock. Over Harris. Los Angeles with another miss. For Philadelphia, they've gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Richardson the pass to Harris.
You know, even after the trade from the Clippers to the Sixers, he continued to produce. I mean, everybody figured that Tobias Harris would have a good season last year heading into free agency, and he didn't disappoint.
The 76ers have missed both of their free throws tonight. 0 for 2 so far. From Harris.
Tell you what, fellas, I mean, an outstanding stretch for Harris has been awesome at adding pieces to his game over time, specifically that three-point shot.
And the Lakers making a change here. Green's checked in. And Harris drops them both.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
James, the pass to McGee. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Over to the left wing. Rondo scanning the floor. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Over Horford. Kuzma can't get it to go. Philadelphia with the ball. Buries it down low. Here at the lead up to 2 now for the 76ers.
There's no way you can minimize his concentration. Focus in finding a way to score that time by Harris.
LeBron with the buckets.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
The 76ers have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Here's Simmons. Oh, trying for it. Green with the rebound.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
You got to keep Kuzma in front of you, especially in transition. Once he gets behind you, it's done.
Rondo with the steal. And he sends it right off the glass.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Rondo against Simmons. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And after he missed the first 2 seasons of his career, Greg, with a broken bone in his foot, would injuries be your main concern for Joel Embiid?
Look, no doubt about it. As long as he's healthy, he's an all-league performer. Still, 7-footers carry a lot of weight in our league. He wants to prove he can play big minutes. They just got to make sure they protect him.
The free throw drops for Embiid. And you look at Joel Embiid, Clark, for a player standing 7'2", probably close to 300 pounds. You've got to be impressed with how well he moves out there.
And, Kevin, that's the first and most eye-catching thing about him when I watch him, is how nimble he is for his size. And you notice it at the offensive end because he's got great skills and footwork, but defensively, he doesn't pick up a lot of cheap fouls despite having the primary role of rim protector for his team.
And with the drive, no good. Good work defensively by Horford. And it's Harris with the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. Trailing by 2, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Embiid is unstoppable, just too strong for the defense, no matter what they throw at him.
Analytics, Clark, are such a major factor for coaching staffs and scouting staffs, and plenty of micro-analysis to go around, but some statistics can actually be a little bit misleading, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin, and you can torture the numbers to say whatever you want them to say, so you have to be careful. I think there's a great place for analytics in the game. It's very useful in some areas, but you have to balance it. There has to be a blend there. Take, for instance, shot blocking. Just because you don't block a shot, that sometimes can dismiss what changing shots do to a team's defense or for a team's defense. The number of threes being taken. Effective field goal percentage is more important than raw field goal percentage because of threes.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here.
And there's been some turnover in the Philly front office, but through it all, some bold moves.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, guys. First, the process, and we heard a lot about that as they were stockpiling draft picks and losing a lot of games. It was maybe the most drastic rebuild in NBA history, at least as I can recall. Then new leadership in Elton Brand, who's done an outstanding job, pushing all their chips into the middle to go for it. Great credit to him for not sitting back. In both cases, a plan and a direction, and that's what you want from your organization.
Well, let's take a look at last year's top scorers. Fourth, Joel Embiid.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
James gets it to go on the assist by Rondo. 12 points for LeBron.
Well, you got to do more than that to stop LeBron. I mean, he's strong, and when he gets up ahead of steam, he's a freight train.
And that one, good. The Lakers with the ball. Now the pass to Kuzma over Horford. Kuzma can't get it to go. For Philadelphia, they've gone 8 of 14 in the second quarter on field goal attempts. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Well, the last few years, we've seen a huge improvement from Tobias Harris's shooting the deep ball.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. He went from not really having a reliable outside shot to being a 40% shooter from outside the arc. It's opened up a lot for the rest of his game, and it's a big reason why he scored over 20 points a game last year.
That's good from Harris.
You look at the Lakers desperate to surround LeBron with talent to win now. They have improved, but is it enough to go deep in the West?
It's good from the stripe. And the Lakers, for decades, Clark, a magnet for superstar free agents.
Yeah, and you know, guys, in recent years, more of a mixed bag in that regard. Whether it's the turmoil in the Lakers organization, I think that's part of it, or the prospect of playing in LeBron's shadow. A number of elite players have elected to go elsewhere thus far. You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Simmons against Rondo. Richardson outside. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Richardson's got the lead back up to 3 now for the 76ers. And for the Lakers, they're shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Caldwell Pope passes to Kuzma. Davis kicks to Rondo. Caldwell Pope outside. 6 to shoot. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here.
And here's a look at numbers for Horford. Good season for him last year. Averaged about 13 points a game last season. 6 rebounds and 4 assists. Even though his numbers have been more than solid, I think he'll want to step his game up to another level.
Yeah, and you know, on paper, those numbers are terrific. Most players would be thrilled with those numbers, but as good as they are, I know this guy expects more of himself.
James, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The 76ers leading by 3. Richardson outside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Maybe not the most well-known player in the league, but Josh Richardson has been a big source of offense, and Greggy's done it for a while now.
A bit of a specialist, but Richardson has no problem putting up and making threes.
He hits the second from the line. Name some traits that make for a great team leader. You've been in that role. What did you like and embrace, and what have you seen from others?
Well, I think it starts with humility, a real sense of who you are and what your role is on the team as a leader, and then a really good example set. I think those qualities are essential. Humility speaks to selflessness, but also being one that holds yourself accountable too.
Smith, the pass to Bolden. Back to Smith. Just 5 on the clock. Horford kicks to Richardson. And James pulls it down. LeBron's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Rondo. Outside, Davis. Rondo passes to Davis. Skid is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, Rondo just knows how to wheel and deal, has that exceptional feel for when one of his guys is open.
Well, it was speculated all of last season and shortly after the finals ended that Anthony Davis had his wish fulfilled by getting traded to the Lakers.
And Davis and LeBron make as scary a duo as you can think of in the NBA. Missed out on some of the other marquee free agents, but AD will get a plethora of looks playing alongside LeBron.
Free throw good, Davis. And coming into this season, questions about whether the Sixers could retain their star players. Well, Greg, they shuffled the decks, but they still have great talent.
Swapping in Al Horford for Jimmy Butler, Josh Richardson for J.J. Redick. The Sixers still in the mix to come out of the East.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Floats it up for Cousins, and stolen by Horford. Here's Richardson. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Knocked away. Here's Davis. Good work defensive.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Richardson against Cousins. To the wing on the left. Here's Horford. That one wide left. And he got it! Got it! What a shot!
Wow, what a way to finish up the quarter.
That's an impossible shot, man, even when you don't have the clock to worry about.
Tobias Harris, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Philadelphia. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what is your impression of the first half?
We played. And I thought we found a really good balance of posting and pace. It's what we've been talking about. And I thought our defense, for the most part, was excellent.
A good start. We'll see how they finish. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. What a game it's been for Tobias Harris. He had 18 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds. He struggled in their last game, but he's not having any problems tonight. Really good first half for him. He was right on the mark. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
You can see where the priorities are. Rebounding, and then more rebounding. They made a concerted effort to get the glass clean.
Shaq, your take on the Lakers.
Well, if you can't shoot the ball, you might want to stop chucking it up. They keep trying the three, but it's not going down. They rely too much on the three ball. Way too much. It's good when it's falling for you, but when it's not, you have to try something else.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. We've seen a tremendous game from Harris.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. The 76ers leading. Green and Rondo in the backcourt. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. And it's LeBron in at the 3 spot. That's the Laker 5. Horford kicks to Simmons. Green against Horford. And now it's Rondo running all the way. Here he goes. That evens the score. Rondo's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
How about the energy? Just relentless here. Rondo excellent at just gliding down the floor and finishing in style.
Simmons looking around. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Davis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. The drive by LeBron.
Well, that's one man never afraid to punch it. Give LeBron a path to the bucket, and the finish is going to be something in a poster.
Richardson dishes to Simmons. Now to Embiid, and Davis sends it back. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
All inside, and it's working like a charm.
You know, after the Sixers were knocked out in the second round for the 2nd straight year, there was some speculation, and I think unmerited, whether Brett Brown might be let go as head coach. The players voiced their support and made the decision easier to bring him back, and I think it was the right one. He's done a fantastic job as the leader of the Sixers.
Richardson against Rondo. Now, here's Richardson. He's guarded closer. Horford with the bounce pass. Here's Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Embiid's got 9. And Coach Brown Clark captained the ship through some real rough times in the beginning.
And, you know, Kevin, I think for that reason and the job he's done here recently, he's earned the right to see this thing through. It's a result-oriented profession. I know that, and I understand it. But this is a team built to contend, and that's the expectation, and I'd like to see Brett Brown have a chance to bring it to full fruition.
Simmons passes to Harris. And Davis sends it back.
That's one for their...
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. And now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. And that will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. And that one misses. And Greg, Al Horford over the summer opting out of a contract with Boston, the final year with the Celtics. A bit of a surprise to fans.
You know, Horford said he wanted to test free agency. Talks between him and Boston abruptly ended, was wooed by several teams, but ultimately signed on with the Sixers.
And he's good on the second.
And, you know, with LeBron coming to L.A., the Lakers trying to speed up their timeline. I mean, the roster never quite got gelled. The end result, LeBron's first time outside the playoffs since 2005, which was his 2nd season as a pro. That's a remarkable, remarkable run.
Richardson kicks to Simmons. And they double up Simmons. Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Well, you got to push Embiid out farther. I mean, when he's this close, he's focused on one thing, wrecking that rim.
And when you look back on LeBron's first year in Los Angeles, Clark, how would you rate it?
Well, I think a mild disappointment, but remember now, before he got hurt, they were 4 or 5 games above 500, but the injuries, some other drama, really changes in the front office, instability led to a disappointing and frustrating season.
Loads it up for Davis, and it's slammed in by Davis.
There is a bunch to appreciate about LeBron's game. His passing is off the charts. Just look at that feed.
And the 76ers call time here.
And, you know, questions for the Sixers about fit between their two young stars in Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are legitimate questions, because when young players are that talented, it sometimes is hard for them to sacrifice their own games for the good of the team.
He's checked in for the Lakers. Quinn Cook comes in for Rajon Rondo. Mike Scott's checked in for the 76ers. Embiid finds Simmons. Back to Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
And with Simmons, you get it all. I mean, the shooting, the rebounding, and the passing.
And it's Cook with the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers. It's a one-point game. Inside, here's Davis, and it's slammed in by Davis.
And finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
And here's what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Lakers. On Saturday, they'll take on Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Thursday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the Brooklyn Nets. The first free throw is good.
You know, Embiid has a very similar story to Tim Duncan's. I mean, the Cameroon native did not start playing basketball until later in life. Now he's one of the very best in the game.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. JaVale McGee's checked in for Davis, and Daniels subbed in for Green. And Embiid drops them both. Now here's Bradley. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Passes it to McGee. Out to the right wing. 4 on the clock. Throws it up high. Deft touch on the alley-oop. And the Lakers lead by 3.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run.
And as the receiver, he doesn't feel the need to go for the monster finish that time. I mean, laying it up for the 2 points worked out just fine.
Lakers have gotten 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great third quarter for them offensively. Three-pointer, Daniels, good on the triple. Point Laker lead.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Embiid, the pass to Simmons.
Well, you look at Ben Simmons and that great body of his and the skills of a guard. That is an incredibly unique combination.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
He's off on the first.
I like his even-keeled demeanor, guys. You look at Ben Simmons, never too high or too low. He's got a quiet confidence about him that bodes well for his future.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Quinn Cook. That one misses. Lakers leading by 6. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
And Clark standing 6'10". Has there ever been a player Ben Simmons' size or bigger who could handle and pass like this?
I really don't think so, Kevin. Obviously, LeBron is 2 inches shorter and probably 15 pounds heavier. Giannis is more of a scorer than a passer and facilitator. Magic Johnson was the first of the true 6'8"-ish point guards. He might be the closest when you look at Ben Simmons, but man, he's special because of that size and passing ability.
Smith checked in for Philadelphia. Shot clock at 5. Simmons finds Embiid. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. No good from Simmons. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend. Oh, great ball movement there.
The 76ers trail by 10. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Pass to Harris. To end the run, Kuzma with the defensive effort. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That'll be his second foul of the game. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Jonah Bolden comes in for Tobias Harris. And it's Kuzma with the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers. Bradley deciding where to go with it. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Smith. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for the Lakers. Lakers leading by 10. Bradley passes to Kuzma. And the pass to Cousins. Over O'Quinn. Hands it from short range. Cousins has got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Timeout called the 76ers.
Well, the suitors didn't jump out full throttle to sign Cousins in this past free agency. Still wary of his health. Ended up having to take another 1-year contract, this time with the Lakers. Cousins, though, still hoping to show he's a franchise caliber player.
Here, Rondo's checked in.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Rajon Rondo. Last year, getting it done. Put up about 9 points per, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he's very steady with that second unit, running the offense and getting them into their sets.
Right. I mean, your backup point guard simply has to hold the fort, maintain the status quo, share the basketball, and minimize mistakes.
Bucket is good. Bolden's got 8 points.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
Kuzma passes to Caldwell Pope. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Hey, the form, the release, everything in sync and lined up. Fun watching Caldwell Pope shoot the ball like this.
O'Quinn dishes to Simmons. O'Quinn trying to free himself up. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Davius Caldwell Pope. Free throw. LeBron with it. 18 points for him. He feeds it to Cousins. Count the basket.
And, you know, even when the defense is on him and Cousins is well guarded, it's a dunk. Excellent footwork near the rim.
It was to the chagrin of many that Cousins joined the Warriors last season, but it looked to be the right choice for him. Gotta take his time rehabbing and came back to a team in first place with no pressure.
On the free throw, no good. And with Cousins last year, you know, Greg, he came back with a bit of a minutes restriction.
And Kevin, time will tell just how full a recovery Cousins can make. But last year went how he hoped it would with regards to taking a year to get things right and be in a good situation.
One drops. And Simmons drops them both. It's Rondo with the ball for the Lakers. Pass to James. Fades back. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. The 76ers trail by 12. Simmons passes to Bolden. Shot's good by Simmons. Simmons got 12 in the game.
Defensively, you just can't afford to give these easy looks up. Just asking to get burned if you do.
Pass to Kuzma. Back to LeBron. Head to the line.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Danny Green, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Free throw good, LeBron. And the bright lights of L.A., perhaps too much for some players. But you know what, Greg? Not for LeBron James.
This guy thrives in the spotlight. The Lakers crafting a roster to satisfy his championship ambitions. Off the court, the City of Angels perfect for maximizing his business aspirations.
Lets it go. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. The 76ers trail by 11. Smith on the wing, guarded by Green. Simmons finds Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Green with the block. Here we go, fast break. LeBron's got it. No good that time. Simmons with the defensive effort. And Simmons slams it in.
Well, you can't give up this kind of positioning, not to a guy like Simmons. I mean, all you're asking for is to get burned if you do.
Rondo dishes to James. Back to Rondo. Gets up a three. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Pass to LeBron. And he drops it in from the low post. James has got 9 points now in just the second half. The 76ers trail by 9. Outside, Simmons. There's the pass to Smith. Nailed from three-point land. Smith's got 5 points now this quarter.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Rondo, good.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Scott with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. Scott kicks to Smith. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Davis is checked in for the Lakers. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Al Horford is checked in for Scott. Lakers leading by 9. Here's LeBron. 23 points in the game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good with the elbow, Jangelis. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We come back right after this. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Taking a look at the 76ers. In the backcourt, Simmons and Richardson. Kyle Quinn out there with Horford, and it's Bolden in at the small forward position. Rondo against Simmons. Pass to Richardson. Horford the pass to Simmons. Knocks it loose, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons. On the 76ers making a change here. Harris is checked in. Lakers leading by 9. Outside Rondo. Back to James. Davis drives in. It's deflected, and they get it back. And the shot goes in. And the 76ers shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. Richardson against Green. Richardson the pass to Horford. And Davis sends it back.
Special and exciting to watch greatness. LeBron James tonight playing at the highest level.
Against Rondo. Harris outside. Here, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Davis.
You know, you can't get overly physical with Harris because once you do, he turns it against you and uses it for his good.
Line is good. Embiid, he's checked in for Jonah Bolden. And Harris drops them both.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
Passes it to James. Oats it up for Davis. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop.
Advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Well, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
Simmons with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Embiid. And Davis sends it back. Drive by Cousins. The shot comes out. Some solid defense from Harris. It's Richardson on the wing. Guarded by Green. Richardson, no luck.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
And so Simmons will bring it up for Philadelphia. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. The 10-footer. The rebound by the Lakers. Davis has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And the dunk by James.
You've got to keep this guy away from the basket. I mean, that's about as easy as it gets for LeBron.
Timeout called the 76ers.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
From the sideline.
Brett Brown said to his team he was not happy with their play. He told them, we're getting outworked out there. Simple as that. We got to dial up our effort. Kevin will see if they have enough to get it done.
Rondo against Simmons. Pass to Richardson. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Embiid. Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. It's LeBron with the drive, and James throws it down hard.
Boy, LeBron's so strong, so athletic. I mean, a bunch of his points come when he's driving full speed downhill, and he's impossible to stop.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Los Angeles making a switch here. McGee's checked in. Simmons again with the block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle.
Hey, get LeBron! Get LeBron!
LeBron passes to Davis. Outside, Green. 6 to shoot. Over Horford. Harris trying to get free, and the shot is long. The 76ers trail by 17. Richardson the pass to Harris. Over Davis. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. Lakers have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for JaVale McGee. And it's the 76ers with the ball. Outside, Simmons. The pass to Harris. Got a piece of it. Embiid is at the elbow. Just 5 to shoot. Richardson against James. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Clark, there are strong divisions and there are weak divisions. And the NBA might be considering removing divisions altogether and having only 2 conferences. What do you think?
You know, that's interesting. I like the divisions because that's what we've been accustomed to, but just having straight conferences, I wouldn't see much harm in that. You'd adjust the schedule accordingly in terms of how many games you play within the conference and how many times each opponent, but I think that could work.
Here's Simmons, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Rajon Rondo.
Sometimes you just have no way of stopping Simmons on the interior. I mean, he's a very skilled player who gets these calls routinely.
No good on that one. Fall.
Yeah, love the attitude he's playing with here in the second half. Going strong to the hoop and getting to the free throw line.
Pass to Green. And it's blocked by Simmons.
Yeah, with great recognition, awareness, and body control, Simmons can get up for blocks.
And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Davis. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Fantastic ball movement there.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Super teams, Clark. You and I have talked a lot about this. Many fans view them in a negative light, but they're actually something we've seen around in this game for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. So often we become prisoners of the present and we forget about what transpired in the past, but the Celtics in the 60s were as dominant as any team in the history of the game. The Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls in the 90s. But I guess fans have a complaint because they feel those teams came together more organically compared to what seems to be a movement that has led to dominant championship teams, although the Warriors pretty much have built their championship team through the draft.
Passes to Horford. Over Rondo. That's good from Horford on the assist by Simmons.
Stretches the floor nicely for a big, versatile. Horford's become a perennial all-star.
LeBron against Harris. James kicks to Kuzma. Over Richardson. Kuzma can't get it to go. And here's Embiid. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Richardson outside. From deep. And he's good on the three ball.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Los Angeles leading by 17. Rondo passes to LeBron. Over in the corner, Green. And can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Philadelphia has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. And Simmons kicks to Richardson. And here is Simmons. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And what patience from Simmons on offense. I mean, really skilled at making the defense get a little shaky when he has the ball.
And Simmons drops them both.
And finally, a productive trip at the line after a lot of struggles here early on.
LeBron passes to Davis. And they double up Davis. LeBron against Richardson. Second shot opportunity. And Embiid with the block.
Yeah, good energy and awareness that time by Embiid to deny that shot.
Pass to Simmons. Rondo against Harris. And there's the pass to Embiid. Back to Harris. Over Rondo. Harris misses.
And every miss finds its way to his hands. Well, what an impressive performance.
Tell you what, those are crazy numbers, guys. I mean, believe me, I was a good rebounder in my day. It is not easy to corral that many boards in one night.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
And you have to like how they're getting the ball inside this half. They didn't have as much success in the paint earlier, but they're finally getting it done down low.
Free throw drops for James. The Sixers trail by 18. Now Richardson. Pass to Horford. Clock at 6. The drive by Simmons. And the layup's good off the glass. Simmons got 16 points here in the second half.
And, you know, guys, we know Simmons most enjoys getting others involved, but he's showing you he can have huge nights himself as well.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And the 76ers call time here. You look at James, what a contribution.
And he's just attacking the rim with force here. They need to try and deny him the ball in the paint to keep him away from the basket. And guys, he's been about as close to you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Simmons against Rondo. Richardson outside. Out to Harris. Shot from the wing. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Well, he sure is a talented combo forward with terrific feel for the game. Harris can score in bunches.
Kuzma outside. Passes it to Davis. Over Embiid. LeBron trying to free himself up. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Davis is really the total package. A mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
First one falls for him. Anthony Davis nails both of them. And here for the Philadelphia 76ers. He dishes it to Harris. Back to Simmons. Pass to Harris. Over Rondo. That's good from Harris on the assist by Simmons. And that's now 24 points for Tobias Harris. Lakers leading by 16. Payne bounce pass. To the middle. Here's Davis. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now.
One shot.
That one misses for Davis. The 76ers trail by 18. Here's Thibault. The pass to Scott. Over Rondo. Good D by Rondo. Off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter.
Everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Lakers.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And had significant points in this game. They just stayed committed to their brand of basketball. And that's why they'll be taking the front end of this 3-game season series against Philadelphia.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Anthony Davis.
Well, he was swatting shots all game long, really owned the defensive end and got a ton of blocks and really protected that rim.
Last season, the NBA announcing the launch of a league in Africa, along with FIBA. Clark, what do you think of that move?
I think it's another example, Kevin, of the globalization of the game and the NBA's intentional, purposeful way of expanding and continuing to grow the game for the sake of the business of basketball, which is a game that obviously you and I love.
And Clark, we see so many foreign players come into the NBA and play well. Not just play, but play well.
Yeah, and not just Africa, although
right.
a number of players from Africa, but a number of different countries have signed on. It could make for a more exciting league.
This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Davis has got 33.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And, guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Now, here's Howard. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin, with Danny Green. And Danny, you know how good a shooter you are, obviously, but you have really incorporated defense into your game. Now, how important is it for you to show up at that end?
Very important. I mean, it helps the team a lot. My job really is come in, bring defense, and a lot of energy.
Well, mission accomplished for you tonight, Danny. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.